the technical analysis of US30, and it's also known as the Dow Jones Index. And right now we're on the weekly chart, and without wasting any further time, let's get straight into the actual analysis. And in regards to the weekly chart, we can see, in fact, just to recap, the last time we spoke about this particular index, we had mentioned that we had this very nice M structure or double top, which had a neckline at that point, and at this level over here we actually saw price or the market closing below that neckline and then heading back to the neckline to test it. And we can also see that when the neckline, or rather when price went back to the neckline to test it, the neckline was unable to hold price, and we saw the market actually close above that neckline, making this M structure no longer, or rather no longer relevant, right? To add to that, we had also mentioned that we had this channel over here, as you guys can see. And in regards to this channel, we can see that we are in a downward trending market, and chances are that we're going to see the market actually move further down, right? Why do I say so? I say so because we also have this candlestick over here, and what it is a bearish candlestick which has quite a small body and a long lower wick. And what that tells us is that we have a lot of money stuck at that level, and that in the future the money will head down to that level to grab that liquidity. As you guys know, that liquidity is actually money that needs to be triggered by the market at one point or another. Another reason why I believe that price is likely to move further down is because we also have another candlestick over here, which is very much similar to this one, in that it too is a bearish candlestick with a small body and quite a long lower wick. And it's a liquidity candlestick, and it's carrying a lot of money at that point. And chances are that in the next coming week we will likely see the market move further down, at least to this level, to grab that liquidity, right? So as much as we have this channel over here and these two candlesticks that I just spoke about, just also keep in mind that we have what seems to be an inverted head and shoulders pattern also forming there, with this side being the left shoulder, this being the head, and this being the right shoulder. And it has a neckline more or less at that point, at that level, which is also a very strong level of resistance at this point in time. So what I'm saying, in other words, is that as much as I said that we're likely to see the market actually move further down, what may possibly also happen is that at this point over here we may potentially see price actually move further up, due to the fact that we have this inverted head and shoulders pattern that I just spoke about, right? Or at least the price may move further up to around this level to just retest this area over here, which is a very strong level of resistance at this point in time. And we may likely then see the market move further down, especially because, as I said, we have this channel over here, and in as far as the weekly chart is concerned, we are indeed in a downward trending market, right? So what else do we see in regards to the weekly chart that we should be paying attention to? At this point I don't see much, but I just want to mark that very strong level of resistance, which is also the neckline of that inverted head and shoulders pattern. And just remember that support and resistance are areas and not so much lines, right? So in other words, we could say that this whole area over here, if I can just draw it properly, just let's see, we could say that that whole area over here or over there is a very strong level of resistance at this point in time. Support and resistance are not lines, they are areas, right? Anyway, let's proceed. From here, what I'm going to do, guys, is head down to the daily chart and let's see what's happening down there. Let's have a look, let's have a look, let's have a look. And the first thing that I'm going to do in regards to the daily chart is just to add my daily channel. And let's see, how would I add my daily channel? I would do it in this manner. Just bear with me. Just bear with me, everybody. There we go, more or less. There goes our daily channel. There we go, there we go, there we go. And just remember that we just need to ensure that whatever drawings that we do indeed add to our charts are as accurate as possible, right? And just to recap, guys, remember on the weekly chart I spoke about how we have this inverted head and shoulders pattern, and I also mentioned that in as far as the weekly chart goes, we are in a downward trending market. And another thing that I mentioned is that at this point over here we may potentially see the market actually move further up, and at least to test this or to retest that very strong level of resistance. And at this point we may also potentially see that